Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet, Coach Kyle Evans coming to you on the ones and twos. Happy Tuesday to you. Welcome to the G.R.O.W Show, your daily checkup from the neck up. If you have been following along, if you have been paying attention, like I know some of you have, it is Tuesday. And for the past few weeks, that means we have just a wee bit of time together because I get to travel to New York to go pour into some agents once a week for Bold. This week's the exact same. So we have a super short show today, but I wanted to make sure that I honor your time and honor that you're showing up in the morning. And I wanted to give you a quick pour in to start your day. Today, I wanted to go a little more tactical. It is mindset-y, but it's more directed towards your sales path as a salesperson, as a real estate professional. So let's dive in today because time is of the essence and we got things to do and people to help, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so think about this. A lot of things that I'm hearing in the market when I'm traveling around, when I'm talking to agents, when I'm coaching people around the nation is, I keep losing sales, or I don't even get the opportunity, or I go head to head in multiple offers and I don't get it, or I'm sitting down competing against multiple people and I don't get it. I'm like, guys, it's not 2020 anymore. It's not 2021 anymore. This is a market of skill. It just is. I love you. I mean it. And how much time are we practicing literally building our skill set of sales, our communication patterns, our presentation techniques? So I figured we would touch on that today. You're not losing sales because your product is bad. You're not. You're losing them because customers don't feel safe or seen. Harvard, I believe it was, did a study and they found that people would rather be understood than right. Think about that. People would rather be understood than right, aka people would rather be seen. They would rather be seen. So I want to introduce to you the concept of the invisible yes. Write that down, tattoo it on your hearts. The invisible yes. You're going to create commitment by stacking tiny agreements before the big ask. You've heard this, you've seen this. If you've been in sales for any amount of time, you get it. When people get into the habit of saying yes, it gets easier for a yes. Now, I want to give you an asterisk around that, a caveat before I dive in. I also believe, hear me, that getting them to say no once or twice before you start the invisible yes protocol is the pro move. That's the next level. Because if you can get them to start with a no, their safety increases, their perception of control and power increases. Something to think about. That's a talk for another day. Let's dive into what happens after the no if you're a pro or if you just want to start working on those micro commitments. So the psychology behind it is this. People don't say no to you. They say no to uncertainty. They say no to pressure or loss of control. Shocker. Check yourself on that. I'm sure you can absolutely agree that you're the same way, whether you want to admit it or not. It's a fact of life. More often than not, people are seeking safety. It is how we are wired. You've heard it once, you've heard it a million times. People run from pain more than they run to pleasure. They run from pain, aka they run to safety. We are wired for homeostasis. The brain is wired to protect current comfort levels. Just is, even if it's not optimal. In fact, more often than not, it's not optimal. So let's use this to our advantage, understanding our clients, our consumers, our customers, our people's psychology, and using that to create a safe space in which they can say yes. Every big yes must be preceded by small wins of agreement, safety, and self-ownership. Authorship is ownership, ladies and gentlemen. So here's the framework. Here's the 5 steps of the invisible yes process. And I'm going to encourage you to write this down and start to practice this week, because just like Kobe Bryant, just like Steph Curry, just like any great athlete or professional in their field, It's the reps. It's the reps that count. Are you putting in the reps? More often than not, that's what's separating you from greatness. So, number one on this process, the 5-step invisible yes process, step one, we want to validate where they are. Validate where they are. And it may sound something like this. I totally understand why this has been frustrating. Also, listen to my tonality, listen to my pacing, slow down a bit. Hey, I totally understand why this has been frustrating. Totally understand why this has been frustrating. I totally understand some of the challenges you're facing. I can see how this is a troubling time. I can understand your stress in this. You know what? Most of our clients feel exactly the same before they decide to list. More often than not, a lot of our first-time home buyers feel the same hesitation that you do. Number one, step one, validate where they are. Those are some great examples that you can use. The psychological impact of this. It promotes safety by saying, I'm not alone. You see me. You understand me. We're here together. That is the psychological impact there. Step number two, future pace with permission. Future pace. If we could get this fixed for you, would that open you up? If we could take care of this for you, would you be on board for that? If we could get you to Milwaukee faster, would that be a yes for you? If we could make you the money that you're looking to make on this sale, is that something you're open to? Can I walk you through what a win in this could look like? Can I show you what we do to get you X that you're looking for? The mental impact, the psychological impact is it starts to create mental ownership for them of the solution before the decision. They're starting to future pace the solution themselves before the decision. So step number two is future pace. Again, it's helping them get ownership of a solution before the decision. Step number three, micro commitment check-in. Step number three is a micro commitment check-in. Hey, does this sound like something that would move the needle for us? So we've done some of the pitching. Now we're going to do a check-in. Hey, does this sound like something that would move the needle for us? Would this help solve what's frustrating us now? Hey, wouldn't this be exactly what we're looking for? Hey, our system of sales, our system of getting your home sold, isn't that what you're looking to accomplish? I want to do a little check-in, just a little one. Not, hey, are you ready to sign on the dotted line right now? Here's a pen. Sign here, press hard. No, guys, I want to do a check-in to test the water. I want to dip my toe in the sand, my little toesies in the water. I want to check the temperature. This is going to let us know how we're doing. If we need to slow down, if we need to go back to the beginning, if we need to dig more, if we need to uncover any more objections. The psychological impact here is it's a yes without pressure. It's a yes without pressure. We're creating a confirmation loop. So step number three is a micro commitment check-in. And I gave you some examples on that. Step number four is we want to create a binary choice at this point. A binary choice. More often than not, we are using open-ended questions to have the consumer speak more, right? This, we're not doing that. This, we're creating a binary choice. So, for instance, it might sound like this. Would you be more comfortable starting in June or July? Would you be more comfortable listing your home on Thursday or Monday? Would you be more comfortable if we met on a weekday or a weekend? Would you be more comfortable if we went in the morning or if we met at night? Would you be more comfortable if I connected you with 2 lenders or 1 lender? Would you be more comfortable talking to a title attorney before we start, or do you want to start with the financing first? Like, create a binary choice. but they have to choose something. Because here's the thing, the psychological impact of this is it moves them out of a maybe into ownership. It moves them out of a maybe into action, into decision making process. We're greasing the wheels here, ladies and gentlemen, greasing the wheels. So step 4 is creating a binary choice. Lastly, step 5 is I want you to anchor this whole thing with reassurance. Anchor the whole thing with reassurance. Pay close attention here. It might sound like this. I love this because it helps social proof. Most of our clients that we help felt unsure at first too, and now they say they wish they did it sooner. Most of our clients that we help, they felt unsure too, and now they wish they did it sooner. How about this one? You know what? You don't have to be 100% sure. You just have to be open. And I'll walk with you through it. You know what? You don't have to be 100% sure. You just have to be open, and I'll walk with you through it. Those are two great ones. Here's the psychological impact. It removes fear of regret or risk. It starts to alleviate some of that pressure of fear of regret or risk. So, number 5, anchor with reassurance. Guys, when you start to implement these things, when you start to practice these things and become proficient at them and internalize them, you become such a professional instead of an amateur. Instead of just an agent, we're moving to professionalism. Listen, the best closers, they don't push, ladies and gentlemen. They guide. They stack trust so high the yes feels like the customer's idea. That's not manipulation, it's mastery. A closing is the natural progression of any great consultation. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, remember the 5 steps of the invisible yes process. Number 1, validate where they are. Number 2, future pace. Number 3, micro commitment check-in. Number 4, create a binary choice. And number 5, anchor with reassurance. I know that you will choose to be the professional today and go practice some of this stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet, Coach Kyle Evans, number 1 on the field, number 1 in your hearts. I got to go catch a plane and hang out with some awesome agents in New York. I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning with a special guest. Some might even say that we're close as we can be. See you guys tomorrow.